So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the Express vastly overstating the impact of UK's trade deals. So the claim was trade deals agreed with 70 countries are collectively worth 766 billion, a major boost to the economy. The verdict of full fact. This £766 billion figure refers to the total value of trade between the UK and countries it has agreed trade deals with, not the value that they have added. Most of these deals were rolled over from when the UK was an EU member, and some of them do have issues because they say the goods have to be of EU standards, so that's a bit of a problem in the Ukraine deal specifically, but it could be a bit in the Japan deal. So what happens when you cut and paste and you copy someone else's homework without reading it. So Brexit Britain will be a leader in free trade. Joy as the UK tears up barriers, 766 billion boost. Which hasn't happened. Most of the deals we've got are rollover deals. The only new ones I believe we have is a deal in principle with New Zealand and the Australia deal, which I think has been confirmed now, which adds 0.01% that, or 0% or minus 0.01%. So it's going to be nowhere near £766 billion. It's barely going to factor in that. The Express has reported that new trade deals struck by the UK are worth £766 billion to the economy. The claim appears in the headline and later in the article itself, so they didn't just try and clickbait you. Trade deals have been agreed with 70 countries as well as the EU. These are collectively worth 766 billion, a major boost. This seems to mean that the deals themselves will add a boost of 766 billion pounds to the economy. But this isn't the case. 766 billion in the total value of the UK's trade with the countries involved in 2020, not the additional value of the deals themselves, which would be much less. So these are just a consequence of the rollover deals. There's nothing new here, not really. And if anything, the rollover deals might be worth a bit less because we still need to agree on a specific deal with Canada because we're going to be out of the CETA agreement. I think Canada are just kind of stalling a bit on that in terms of trying to force the issue. But yeah, not great. And also the fact that the UK-Japan deal is apparently worse than the EU-Japan deal. The only problem is the government won't publish the details, which is very frustrating. And I don't know how to read Japanese or speak it. Many of these trade deals were already in place before Brexit and have effectively rolled over. In October 2021, the BBC reported the UK had negotiated rollover deals with 63 non-EU countries. Since these new deals are virtually identical to the ones they replaced, apart from a few, they will make little, if any, difference to the value of trade between the UK and these countries because they just rolled over. There's nothing that's changed. Some of these other deals may add value to the UK economy. The UK has agreed 2 new trade agreements in principle with Australia and New Zealand and signed a new deal with Japan, which closely mirrors EU-Japan trade deal but does include some substantive differences. Again, it's very hard to know what those differences are. The UK Trade Policy Observatory estimates that the Japan deal will result in no net gain compared to the EU-Japan deal. So you're talking potentially the 0.01 margin, so adding very little. And apparently it does constrain us more on things like state aid, so that's great. The government estimates that in the long term, meaning about 15 years, the Australia-New Zealand deal will increase the size of the UK economy by between 200 million and 500 million pounds per year. Now, so if that's 0.01%, right? If that's best case scenario, so that means in 15 years' time, worst case scenario, they could shrink the economy by 200 million and 500 million pounds per year because it's within the margin of 0.01% and minus 0.01%. So that means you should be able to flip it, right? Because this is the best case scenario the government are offering. So in the worst case scenario, it's actually going to shrink our economy a bit and potentially going to do massive damage to farming and the environment. So, this is great work from Full Fact. It is a very dodgy headline from the Express, as always. A great bastion of British tabloids, keeping it going, telling us to keep the faith in Bojo the Wonder Clown. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.